because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at.
Never even cashed a check still. Have $100 million that I never even cashed before. I have a tax attorney that takes care of everything, and everything is okay.
I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
In a shocking development, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is said to be avoiding authorities after Stephen A. Smith presented explosive financial documents during a live ESPN broadcast. The paperwork allegedly connects Mayweather to a $42 million financial scandal, triggering immediate public attention. Reports claim that federal officials have issued a warrant for his arrest following the revelations. Smith, who has previously criticized Mayweather's extravagant spending habits, stated that the exposed records may represent only a small portion of a much larger financial issue. Supporters and critics are expressing disbelief as the undefeated champion's once dominant empire now seems to be facing serious uncertainty, with the situation still unfolding and more information expected soon.
Mayweather has had for not paying someone money. Check this out.
Yeah. So we're gonna sue Floyd Mayweather. What's good with this?
Are we, what's good with the conversation about this? Last night you were doing one of these. Are we saying that or what?
He hasn't sued him yet.
Oh, got it.
We're still talking.
Got it.
There's still conversations that are happening.
Well, he got sued. You know he got sued.
He's been sued multiple times.
For the same fight. Yo, something's going on, and there's one side that's very clear to see is beef. You know why he got sued? I watched the video on it. It's a full breakdown. He is the promotional arm of his fights. It's why, in part, he makes so much money, because whereas a normal promotional company will take 30%, he is that. And so oftentimes for his fights, before the tickets can go on sale to the public, or like right as they go on sale, he'll buy a whole wing, a whole section, and then he'll sell them at a higher price, marked up, so he can make,
like all the floor seats. He takes all of them.
All of them, 3, 4, 5x, and it's part of his business.
Over the years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has frequently found himself at the center of conversations surrounding legal disputes and financial questions. At one point, he shared that his legal representatives encouraged him to remain silent on certain matters, assuring him they would manage the situation privately. Even with that advice, Mayweather openly acknowledged that his appetite for luxury had not faded. He spoke candidly about still wanting the private jets, expansive estates, and the high-end lifestyle he has long embraced. His remarks suggested that while attorneys worked to address ongoing issues, his main objective was protecting and sustaining his wealth. By keeping financial details guarded and emphasizing his commitment to preserving his fortune, he projected the image of someone intent on maintaining both status and success. Despite ongoing speculation and legal pressure, Mayweather appears steadfast in pursuing greater prosperity, underscoring how his drive for financial achievement continues alongside the challenges tied to fame and public scrutiny.
Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
So you didn't take this fight because you needed the money?
Actually, I didn't even want this. The fans demanded this fight. You know, at one particular time, and of course, with this fight, of course, I do want to make a ton of.
Stephen A. Smith has consistently spoken highly of Floyd Mayweather Jr., often applauding the impact he has made on boxing. He regularly points to Mayweather's sustained unbeaten record during the later stages of his career, crediting his strict discipline, elite defensive skills, and technical mastery inside the ring. Smith describes him as a calculated tactician, someone who competed not just to secure victories, but to eliminate any possibility of loss. According to Smith, Mayweather's greatness is defined by more than statistics. It lies in his command of strategy and his ability to dictate every moment of a bout. Through repeated praise, Smith underscores how Mayweather's philosophy and execution have established a level of excellence admired by fans and experts alike, viewing his legacy as a standard that future generations of fighters will be measured against.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
After stepping away from professional competition, Floyd Mayweather Jr. transitioned into exhibition bouts, and the widespread acclaim he once enjoyed began to fade. His appearance in a showcase match against Logan Paul sparked significant backlash, with Stephen A. Smith openly questioning the legitimacy of the event. Smith argued that the matchup offered little true competition, noting that Paul, known primarily for his online presence and limited boxing experience, did not present a serious challenge. In his view, the contest appeared driven more by financial incentives than by any pursuit of athletic achievement. Critics pointed out that the bout lacked the urgency and meaningful stakes that once defined Mayweather's prime years, and Smith suggested that embracing exhibition fights risked overshadowing the legacy he built during his dominant run in the sport.
If not the greatest boxer in history, he's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen A. Smith extended his critique beyond the matchup with Logan Paul, raising broader concerns about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his direction in exhibition boxing. Although Smith accepted the crossover fight with Conor McGregor, citing McGregor's background in combat sports, he argued that the exhibitions that followed lacked competitive substance. In his assessment, the problem was not participation itself, but the selection of opponents who did not match Mayweather's proven skill level, creating the impression of low-risk, high-reward events. Smith suggested that this pattern threatened the credibility Mayweather had carefully established during his championship run. He noted that the image of a relentless competitor chasing greatness was gradually being replaced by that of a figure prioritizing financial returns. According to Smith, this evolution shifted public perception, placing the focus less on Mayweather's technical mastery and more on the commercial nature of his post-retirement appearances, potentially putting his long-standing legacy at risk.
But I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
A defining moment in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s post-retirement journey came when he explained why he chose to face Logan Paul instead of pursuing a matchup with a more established heavyweight like Tyson Fury. Mayweather's reasoning was straightforward. Paul's massive social media following made the event more appealing. The explanation centered on audience reach rather than competitive value, a response that immediately drew attention. Stephen A. Smith and other observers interpreted the comment as evidence that Mayweather's focus had shifted. Rather than seeking opponents who would test his abilities or enhance his legacy, he appeared to be prioritizing visibility and financial return. Choosing a digital personality with limited boxing credentials over a seasoned champion signaled a departure from the high-level competition that once defined his career. For critics, the decision suggested that commercial opportunity had begun to outweigh athletic ambition, prompting renewed debate about how this phase might ultimately influence the legacy he built inside the ring.
Fight Logan Paul.
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury.
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
There was a time when Floyd Mayweather Jr. stood as the highest paid athlete in the world, surpassing not only fellow boxers but competitors across every major sport. That distinction reflected more than his dominance in the ring. It showcased his calculated business moves, carefully negotiated mega fights, and promotional strategies that maximized revenue. His reputation for financial intelligence became just as prominent as his undefeated record. Yet as fresh reports and speculation about his monetary affairs emerge, the perception of an untouchable athlete entrepreneur has begun to face scrutiny. Observers are now questioning the stability of the fortune he once proudly highlighted, with suggestions that his financial position may not be as unshakable as previously believed. The disciplined planner who publicly celebrated his wealth now finds his fiscal management under examination, prompting debate over whether the lavish displays reflect lasting security or conceal underlying concerns. As these discussions continue, they introduce uncertainty into a legacy once defined by precision, control, and undeniable success.
Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back Strip.
Logan Paul has stated publicly that he intends to file a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather Jr. over money he claims remains unpaid from their June 2021 exhibition bout. Paul alleges that between $1 million and $3 million in pay-per-view revenue is still outstanding, asserting that the funds were withheld by Mayweather's side. In a 2022 conversation with TMZ Sports, Paul confirmed his plan to pursue legal action, citing frustration with how the earnings were handled. Mayweather has rejected those accusations, maintaining that Paul received full payment for the event. At the heart of the disagreement is how the fight's revenue was divided, with Paul arguing that the agreed-upon financial terms were not honored. While Mayweather has suggested that payment delays are not unusual in boxing and can take time to resolve, Paul continues to seek legal remedies, underscoring the complicated financial structures that often accompany major exhibition events.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Reflecting on a difficult chapter in his personal life, Floyd Mayweather Jr. shared that he had 3 children with a former partner, and that conflicts had escalated during a tense moment. He explained that a disagreement over the keys to his truck got out of hand, compounded by emotions and alcohol, and that the situation was exaggerated beyond what actually occurred. As a result, Mayweather served 2 months in jail for a misdemeanor. He described the experience as a harsh reminder of the value of freedom, emphasizing how vital it is to personal well-being. Now, having completed his sentence, he expressed gratitude for being able to return to his life and reconnect with his children, highlighting the importance of both liberty and family in his life.
You know, I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, she was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, you know, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
During a turbulent period in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s life, 50 Cent stepped in to manage Mayweather Promotions while Floyd was incarcerated, investing millions to keep the business running. According to 50 Cent, after Mayweather's release, his efforts and financial support were overlooked, and he was allegedly not reimbursed for the money he had put in. This situation highlights the complicated nature of Mayweather's professional and personal relationships, particularly when finances are involved. Mayweather responded by stating that he never requested 50 Cent's involvement during his jail time, emphasizing a focus on his own priorities over past loyalties or business commitments. By downplaying 50 Cent's contributions, Floyd reinforced a pattern in which his pursuit of self-interest and financial gain often takes precedence over honoring relationships, leaving a trail of strained partnerships and unresolved tensions that continue to complicate his legacy.
Floyd knows he doesn't want to be alone. So in that situation, I was concerned about him because I went to visit him more than anyone else that he would call a friend would actually visit him. And it's because I knew that he put like this. He'll buy stuff for you to keep you around. His temperament, there's no balance. He can do anything and they'll still stay there because it's like they're
Yes, man.
Right.
Adding more controversy to the narrative. Former Shield Sonnen revealed an uncomfortable reality about the Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor fight, claiming that the event's apparent financial success was misleading. Sonnen alleged that numerous seats in the arena were intentionally left empty and then filled with stand-ins dressed to create the illusion of a full house. Covering the fight live, he criticized the PR strategy, noting that television broadcasts hid the empty sections from viewers. He shared that, despite being told it was a record-breaking event, the reality was far less impressive, even recounting a personal observation when his mother attended and witnessed the vacancies firsthand. Sonnen's revelations highlight how promotion and hype were prioritized over genuine attendance, illustrating the influence of image management and, in his words, fake news in sports marketing. Nonetheless, promoters continue to tout the fight's record-breaking pay-per-view figures as historic, despite the discrepancy between the televised spectacle and the live audience.
You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather and McGregor, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the checks.
But why didn't it sell out? I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
it's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still, to this day, claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. And make sure to stay tuned for more updates in our next episode.